Hey, it's Friday night. It's 7:30. You are with the Whiskey Roundtable, and we are your hosts.
Big G.
Karen Little B.
And Bourbon Bob.
What's up, kids?
Not much.
Look at that shirt.
Hey.
That shirt.
You look like some Jewish Hanukkah wrapping paper.
Boy!
This.
Harry.
How much did you pay for that?
Actually, believe it or not, it was not very much. Actually, this is the shirt.
Goodness,
This is a shirt I wore for my. It's a shirt I wore for my daughter's wedding. I had a tie. I had my gray tie and my gray suit on, and
It'll be very helpful if the trunk of the car is open.
What is that? Dreidel.
I'm a leprechaun. I'm an Italian. I'm a Jew.
You're versatile.
What's up?
But I had to get a shirt that would match my wife's sequin dress that she was wearing for my daughter's wedding. So this is what I ended up with.
That just came to me. You've been sitting next to me literally for 2 hours, and I just happened to look over.
Hey, Marcy, get a look at this.
Well, you know how I like to dress. I like to blend in with the crowd. I don't want to stand out in any way, shape, or
So
form.
subtle.
I'm very subtle. Not many guys can carry this off, all right?
This guy just came from New York.
Why?
That's the show. Thank you very much. See what happens? I don't show up for 2 weeks and I'm ridiculed. But speaking of which, thank you, Michael, for filling in last week.
Yes,
I appreciate
Michael,
you. It was a great show. I watched it as much as I could. So, yeah, thank you. It was a great, great thing.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
He was fun, and then him and his sister came out and met us
we
at
met
the
us
Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest.
On Saturday, we were hanging out with Gorane.
I'm trying to get her a job with Schnitzel Brewery.
Yeah, that would be
Well,
that would be awesome. It's right up her alley.
It's right up everybody's alley.
To Igor, they're supposed to get together and talk, and Schnitzel Brewery, Cleveland Browns. Get it at the Cleveland Browns, man.
Yugo. I saw their post. They have their Yugo beer up there. That's awesome.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. I stopped out there Tuesday, and we stopped for two
5
beers.
plus 5 later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, everybody was up there. I mean, Sammy was there. It was just a nice afternoon. It was a hot afternoon. It was a great thing to enjoy a couple of cold schnitz beers and cold schnitz.
Cold schnitz. Gotta love the schnitz.
But
I drank some beer.
I was up there on Schnitzel Day, and they had a very special schnitzel.
Right.
Special schnitzel. Especially say that 3 times fast.
Oi.
Oy vey. Here we go. But anyway, it was
Hey, go lift that car. Now we're into the German.
Oi, bench press Buicks.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Hilda.
Where's the Yugo?
I think you were about to tell a story.
Yeah,
I don't remember. That train's off the rails. We didn't even leave the station.
Oh my gosh, this is what
no.
happens when we're not together.
The family's grown. My daughter got married. Very nice young man. We had a great wedding up at
Welcome to
Is he
our
the CIA
happiness.
Yeah, he works for Boeing.
No, your son, Rico.
Oh, Rico.
Our classes out.
Oh yeah. Rico was.
Happy 30th, Rico.
Yeah, happy 30th.
Yeah, Rico was running around there. He was like Secret Service for my daughter. It was actually really good. Him and his wife were in the wedding.
Nice.
We had a great time. It was out in Youngstown, and fabulous party. Fabulous party. Played a great game called Thunderstruck.
Oh, AC/DC.
Yes. It's a drinking game called Thunderstruck, and they play Thunderstruck, and everybody has to have a beverage, and every time they say Thunderstruck, you would drink. Next time somebody says Thunderstruck, you stop drinking, the next person drinks.
Wait. In the song?
Yes, in the song. So it goes.
So you go around the table.
Go around the room, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Proudest moment was when my goddaughter was after me.
How old is she?
21.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
And she came up to a very long section between Thunderstrucks. She ran out of drink, and I handed her another one, and took another one.
Atta girl.
My goddaughter, love her.
I love her.
Gotta represent.
So we had a really good time, and then went out for my anniversary.
Yeah, your anniversary.
You
And
saw the concert.
we saw Big Bad Voodoo Daddy.
Nice.
Great show. Unfortunately, they weren't sold out, so I got an instant upgrade down to the stage, so it was really great.
Well, then, fortunately.
Fortunately.
Give me that bottle, please.
And
I'm listening.
the last part of this story was we went to Delmonico's, and I ordered a flight. It was a great steak. It was a great steak dinner. A great dinner we had there. But I was more impressed with the flights. Now, what I'm going to say is that when you guys go out to eat and drink, be careful of your specialty liquors when you're going out and looking at the lists, because sometimes people will charge you way too much for what you're drinking. Make sure you know what you're drinking. Fortunately, I found that they had a flight there, and I got a flight of Whistle Pig, and there was two on there that I had, and two on there I had not had. One of them was their new light smoke or slightly smoked, which was nice. It was only an 80 proof. But the one that I fell in love with was a Legend Formula One Whistle Pig.
Wow.
I cannot find it anywhere. So if anybody finds this Whistle Pig Legends Formula One.
Well, I got some people running out this weekend and
it was
next week as well. Maybe you can find it.
This was an amazing pour. It had hints of pineapple and passion fruit. At 100, it was 97.6 proof, so it wasn't really super high proof, but it was delicious. It was wonderful.
Sweet spot, though.
It was a perfect sweet spot, literally and figuratively, because that was a great pour. So,
nice.
and coming from Whistle Pig, from where they started with MGP juice, and now they're doing their own, that product and company has come a very long way.
Good.
So, that's
the good story.
Yeah, that's the good story. What was the bad story?
The JD.
Oh, they had the restaurant had a Jack Daniel's Sinatra edition.
Gotcha.
Okay, $50 a pour, and that was I even called the lady over. I says this price is way out of line for this bottle. You buy the bottle for 120. Why are you charging that? And this is even Blanton's Gold was only $50 a pour. So, I mean, those two are not comparable, but that's why you need to know what you're looking at and drinking. Don't just say $50, I'll take it. Watch what you're saying $50 for, or 60 or whatever, because the deals are there. You can find them.
When we were at 21, we were drinking the antique collection, Weller, not Weller, can't remember.
There goes his short-term memory again. But and it's
William.
No slam on Delmonico's.
No.
They're a great restaurant, but it's just be careful. Don't fall for that.
I mean, there's several restaurants I could name by name, but I'm not. I'm just saying that I was at Delmonico's. Great meal, great everything.
We're doing. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, you're fine.
No, we were at 21 in Strongsville.
Mm-hmm.
Square. Is it
Square 22.
Square 22?
Yeah.
And actually, you're the one who told us how to get there. But anyway, so we had two
Tom Handy's.
Two Thomas Handy's, and we did a William
LaRue Weller.
And they were like only $20 a pour.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, we're talking about now. That's something.
That's some rare crap you can't find.
Can't find it. It's super rare.
So
and it's fantastic. The price was great. The food was fantastic. We had a blast there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I mean, the Sinatra. It's a very good bourbon,
it is.
But you can find it if you look for it. You can. We have a couple of bottles here. You can find it.
Right.
And to pay $50 a pour for it, to me, that's.
Yeah, you just
bend me over, but give me some lubricant. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I said.
After the show.
You just have to really watch. You just have to really watch. But again, to Delmonico's accolades, they had flights where you could do 4 1-ounce pours that were priced extremely fairly, anywhere between $30 and $50, and some of those were like a Buffalo Trace where there was Elmer T, Colonel Stagg. There was several good ones on there for like $40. But $10 a pour, that's a very reasonable flight for a place like that. So there's the good and the bad with it. You just got to watch what you're getting.
Yeah, in my personal opinion, and I hear what you're saying. It was the restaurant, this and that, and steaks and all that stuff. Lizardville, man, that's the place you want to be.
That is a great place
be.
to go and try to sample things. We tell people that all the time.
Oh yeah, it is.
And they don't like overcharge you
Oh,
at
no.
all.
No,
So,
no.
and they give you a
They're good.
nice size pour.
They do. You
It's
want
a
a
very
cigar,
good
you can
place.
buy a cigar. I mean, you know, I get together with Mark and Steve Crooks, you know, not a lot, but enough. And we always have a good time when we're out there. And a lot of times we go on a Friday if they're going to be there. If Mark and Steve are going to be there, we on a Friday we'll leave the office early. We'll head over there. And
We've done it
have a
already.
cigar. Yeah, last time you were with us last time. What am I talking about? I'm sorry.
I was
Bob.
even there last time.
But you know, we do our thing. But yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
We went and did the show and did our thing, man. It was fun.
Yeah. Well, that's what's been up with me for the last 2 weeks. And again, thank you, Mike. I appreciate you for filling in.
Awesome show he did last week. And I see that you are getting in on that Pure Kentucky.
Yes, I did not want to miss out on it, and I'm sad that I wasn't here for it. But it was. I'm glad I was able to. You guys saved me some. Let's put it that way. I'm glad there was some saved here because it's going down very
I
nice.
pulled it off the table. I put it on the bar. I bought another one because I committed to it, and so I have one that's unopened, and because I don't know
That's
when
the
we'll
one
see
you
it again.
found,
So
yeah.
anyway, so I figured, you know, I meant to tell Karen, pull that pure Kentucky to Bob and let him try because he wasn't here obviously. And I totally forgot, but I'm glad that you grabbed it.
Oh yeah, wasn't gonna miss out on that one. There's like I said, there wasn't too many I was gonna miss out on.
Yeah, and that got some really good scores, if
Yes.
I remember.
It's very
We
good.
all gave it, at least
It's
I gave it a
dangerous.
4.
It is.
Dangerous, but it's good, man.
I gave it a 4, you gave it a 4.15, and Michael gave it a 4.20
Wow.
last week. So that's
Didn't Up North? Was he in on that?
Up North was not. We had Jimmy
See,
Chips.
I know he bought that bottle. I know Jimmy.
Up North might have been watching, but he did not give us a score. So,
Bastard.
hey, Up North, if you have a score,
Yeah,
Let
I don't
us
know.
know.
He might.
You got a score to settle.
He might be traveling or whatever. I think he actually said to me he wasn't going to be able to watch the show until later. So
yeah. Yeah, he was funny the other day when we didn't have the show, and he put his little sad face.
Oh,
he did
yeah.
a selfie. He was like,
like a
"When
little,
it's Friday night, you don't have the whiskey round table."
yeah, little bitch.
Oh, Justin's out here reminding us today is Friday the 13th.
Yes,
Woo-hoo.
It is Friday the 13th. Yes, and you know what? I am so beyond any kind of superstition that as far as the 13th goes. So,
I should
Well,
have.
I picked up a penny and it wasn't heads up. So.
what is that? Is it supposed to
Yeah.
be heads up?
Well, I just figured out there's enough Friday the 13th movies that you have to start watching them on the 12th and finish them on the 14th.
Correct.
So,
Correct.
Oh my goodness. I was gonna
Try
say.
that infinity bottle, Bob.
I will
Try
do that as-
bottle, man.
So it's not the whiskey roundtable infinity bottle, but it is an infinity bottle that you were trying.
Well, what I did was I had a little bit more in there. Bring that up about an inch. No, I'm just talking about the liquid.
Oh.
You know, bring it up about an inch. That was what was left in there, and I took all these other bottles, which was like 14 different bottles. I didn't put any rye in them.
Is that you made that?
I made that bottle,
Okay.
which filled it to the barrel, if you will. You know.
oh wow.
To the neck.
So to the neck. So not all the way up, but you know, probably about an inch and a half. You know. So I said, you know what? I shook the you know what out of it, and I put it in the refrigerator, and then
Nice choice.
you know, so then I brought it out when it was time to go to Royal Havana because Dave had business. So I reached out to
Monkey business.
cream cheese, and said what
Cheesecake.
cheesecake. So I say to Cheesecake, I reach out to him. I said, hey, if you're around, I got to run to Royal Havana Cigars because I had business with Dave, and which is going on right now. But anyway, long story short, you know, he says, yeah, I'm in. So I said, okay. He goes, but I need a favor. So what do you got? And he goes, can you make sure we leave by 9 o'clock? And I said, absolutely, because I don't want to be at home at 1 o'clock in the morning, you know. So anyway, long story short, we cut it at 9:15. I was home by 10. You know, it was wonderful. Blah blah blah. And so I
Nice.
brought that bottle out, and then I had a Cleveland Bourbon Co-op Rebel
Nice.
Rebel Yell.
Cast Strength.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh!
Nice.
It's like 120 proof. It drinks like everybody said. I think this wasn't. He goes, man, this drinks like everybody said. This drinks like a 90 proof. So anyhow, I reached out to the co-op prior when they were talking about bottles that they still had. I said, do you have any more Rebels? And they said, yeah. This was when we were in Kentucky. And I said, how many you got? I don't know, 4 or 5. I said, all right, I want 2 of them. So I want to buy those. I want to purchase those. So that's why I was asking you. You know, I'm going to pull some cash in. But at the end of the day, Mark Anderson found me a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful bottle. He says, are you looking for this? I said, I sure am.
Can you tell us what it is, or?
No, we're going to do it on the show.
Oh, a mystery bottle. Ooh.
Kurt got me one. Cheesecake got me one a year or so ago, and he found that bottle, and he says, you want this bottle? I said, absolutely. So.
You know what it is. You know what it is. Okay.
So we're going to have fun.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We were talking about.
Hang on. Sorry. Is Nort's on the show?
Yes, he is. He's up in the woods drinking Benchmark small batch.
All right, listen, I need to talk to you after the show, Rob. Okay? But anyway, we'll go from there. Okay, go ahead.
So we talked about Rob Sadface when we weren't on the air didn't do a show live last Friday. Next Friday we are not doing a show either.
We're not doing a show next
We
week.
will be supporting our friend Tom Cleve from Drew Estates. He has an event at
Royal Havana Cigars.
So next Friday night, Royal Havana Cigars, Lakeshore Boulevard in Willoughby.
What time is this going to start?
38448. What's that?
What time is it going to start? Is this an
I
evening
need to
event?
be there no later than 5 o'clock.
Okay.
'Cause I'm doing the food.
Oh.
It's Hoop's birthday.
Oh.
And we have Tom, and I reached out to Tom. I told him, hey, we're coming. We're not doing the show. Come out and support you. Blah blah blah. And then we had a lot of good news after that, and we won't talk about that.
Yeah, there's a lot of good news going on with Tom. I talked to Tom yesterday also, and he gave me some really good news too. So, but while we're thanking people, I want to take one more moment to talk about my daughter's wedding.
Absolutely.
Wanderlust Jewelers in Cleveland Heights. Wes and Heather, thank you so much for the great job that you guys done. I had 2 rings fixed for my daughter's wedding.
Nice.
One was my dad's, one was my grandfather's.
Beautiful.
Fantastic work, excellent job. Love you guys. Thank you so much. It made the day for us. So.
And where are they at?
They're on Cedar. Yeah, they're on Cedar Boulevard, right there at the Cedar and Fairmount Point.
Okay.
Correct.
Right where all the buildings are falling apart right now. The facades are falling down and all that. But yeah, watch the Cleveland News, you'll understand. But I just want to give them a big shout out. They're bourbon and cigar fans. I'm probably going to get them out here someday or out to our events. But thank you very much. Very touching that you guys handle my heirlooms, and you guys knocked it out of the park. So, all right, I'm done. Thank you.
It is beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
You said it's a ruby, but
it's a ruby.
It also represents your January birthday, which is
yes.
Garnet.
Right.
So it's
Garnet's mine too.
beautiful. Absolutely beautiful ring. They did a great job.
Yeah, I usually wear it on this hand, but I wanted to wear it on this hand to make sure I got it on the camera.
You just wanted to, I see you put
I
it
just
on your
wanted-
special finger.
Yeah. Well, that's the one that's cut off, so it really doesn't mean anything. I'm missing the tip on that
Look at
one.
you
So,
smiling like a black man with a new hat. Look at you.
Oh no, he didn't.
speaking of which, I am ready for a new hat. I have to go get a new one. I'm thinking about a new fedora.
You know who told me that? Way back in the day, probably 20 years ago.
I can only imagine. Eddie Murphy,
No, my boy.
Richard Pryor.
No, my boy. Johnny Good.
Oh, I love
Johnny
Johnny.
be good.
You met Johnny.
Yes, I did.
He's a great guy.
Man,
Funniest human.
the man
being.
talks so fast. Holy cow!
He called me when I was getting dressed to leave, and he's all like, "What are you huffing and puffing for?" Giving me shit. I go, "I'm going to this wake." He's, "Oh shit."
Well, that's what I said because you were talking to me. I was getting ready to go in the shower, and he's like, "I'm like, are you okay?"
Oh shoot! I don't know if he's watching. He wanted me to the whiskey round table. Let me throw that out
Oh, did you forget about
there.
Johnny?
I did forget about Johnny.
Forgot about Johnny.
All right,
Good.
so what we got up here is we're talking to a few people over here. You got Robbins out there. Thank you, Yoris. You're out there. Thank you very much for joining us again.
How are you, George? Are you over your COVID?
Yeah,
Because I know you had that. what, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, August 28th. He typed that in there.
Hopefully you are doing better.
Justin K, thank you. Appreciate you, buddy. Rebecca is out in Anaheim. What the heck are you doing out there, girl? Are you vacationing or working? And Rob up north is in the woods drinking by a campfire. So
There he is. God
Watch
bless
out
him.
for Bigfoot.
That's right. I mean, I probably won't show, but that's okay.
That's all, yeah. The Yeti's here in Cleveland. It's all good.
Rico got a new nickname at work, by the way.
Oh, he did.
Yes, they call him Chewbacca.
Chewbacca.
So
That's awesome.
only because he's
That
big
is
and hairy.
awesome.
When I was working at the sheriff's office before I retired, we had this little Shrek doll, and that's where the Skippy gave me the name along with the host of the rest of the department. So everybody refers to me as Shrek.
He is Shrek. Just make him like what, blue or?
Andy didn't say I was Shrek today, but anyway.
Well, Andy just
Nice.
isn't in on the hip stuff.
Nice.
I'm just
It was
kidding.
nice to see Andy. It really was nice to see Andy.
Yeah, so hopefully the gang from Royal Havana will be here.
Yeah, we hope so.
Hanging out with us later
Why we're doing-
tonight.
why
They
we're
had
doing
an
the show.
event right up the street, not too far from us. So looking forward to them. Just a reminder, they had a couple events out here this weekend.
Yes, they
They
did.
do events. They do weddings.
Yep.
They do
Christmas.
parties, whatever you want to do.
Parties for Christmas. and
Anya
all that
is
stuff.
from Cuba, and she rolls the
Been
cigars.
rolling cigars since 16 years old.
Probably before
And
that.
she is quick.
And she knows her stuff.
And she won't give the, if she doesn't like it, she'll put that cigar to the side and she'll keep right on moving.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I was gifted a very one.
Yes, you were.
It was freshly rolled, not more than an hour ago.
That looks awesome.
So I'm getting ready to have that one in just a few
Is that
minutes.
a whiskey round?
This is the Whiskey Roundtable 660 Big G
Get the hell
Special.
out of here.
Sookie, sookie.
660.
Who knew?
Fooyah!
All right, kids.
Nice.
We got a whiskey show going?
Oh crap! I guess we do.
Are we smoking first or are we not smoking?
Oh yeah. So what are you smoking, G?
I'm smoking a full Maduro Camacho.
Full Maduro Camacho.
Yes.
Camacho. Okay, yeah, okay, I've seen those. Those usually in the upper corners. Okay.
Right. So, and then you have the,
Well, no, I have.
No,
oh, you're smoking.
I have an acid Kuma Kuma.
Oh, Cuba Cuba.
Cuba
Okay.
Cuba.
Cuba
yes.
Cuba.
Cuba Cuba.
This was one of my. This is
Cuba
like one of
Bang.
those. This is like when you used to smoke cigarettes. You got every once in a while you got to get a flavor in there, so you smoke a menthol. So you grab a flavor like, and I love these. These are just great for that extra little taste every now and then, and that's what I like.
Yeah. So we were sitting down here. G had an obligation earlier. So Bob and I were sitting here, and I was ready to light up a cigar. I'm like, "What? You bought Greg and I cigars? Where's yours?" He's like, "Oh, I just bought from my friend." So I know you like the acid
Yeah, I
Cuba
do.
Cuba.
I do.
So,
Here, you
but
got-
I know now you cannot wait to get into
If
that.
you don't take this, I'll drink the whole bottle.
Well, I did have
Hand-rolled.
some of it, and I like
It's
it.
that good. Go ahead.
Yes.
And I don't remember what I put in there, nor do I
He
care.
never does.
Well, that's okay. You're not supposed to remember what goes into an
Write it
infinity bottle.
down. No, you just gotta write it down.
No.
Well, you know, we're talking about the roost, right? So that was a bottle.
I'm glad there's nothing on the roost with that.
Okay, so
I'm sorry.
Okay, right here.
So that again came from a very good friend of mine that we get together every once in a while, usually on a Saturday, and he's always at a winery or distillery and this and that. Him and his wife got one of the nicest brand new Corvettes I've ever seen. But anyway, long story short, he always brings me a bottle. He'll get a bottle, he'll bring me a bottle. This is one of those bottles.
I was gonna say the bottle we're doing tonight.
And we
is
have
from
good
him.
ones, and we don't have good ones. But at the end of the day, I said, yeah, let's try this. You know.
Yeah. Well, when you handed me when you handed me the infinity bottle that said Buzzard's Roost, I kind of cringed a little bit because I had that about 9 months ago. I had the Buzzard's Roost, and it was not one of my favorites.
I didn't mind it. I
tried
mind
it. I tried it a few weeks later. Still not hitting the notes,
Okay. Well, now you're hitting the notes. It's
and
just in that bottle. That's
it's just in the bottle, so it's probably deserving juice in that bottle. I'm going to give them another little while, go back and revisit them again, and 3 strikes, you're out.
all. I hear you. All right, let's get on.
All right.
Kids.
All right, so
Let's get on, kids.
All right, so this was a gift. Again, a friend of yours since you were what in 6th grade?
6th grade. Yeah,
Crazy.
we've been friends. Very successful guy. Extremely successful. He's got a great repair shop, body shop, KEI car body, Chagrin Falls. Great guy. Michael Conier.
Ding, ding.
There you go.
Yeah. So tonight we are trying something new from Michael. It's Iron Smoke Straight Bourbon Whiskey.
Iron Smoke.
Iron Smoke. It sounds so interesting, doesn't it?
It sounds steely. It sounds.
It does.
Very,
It almost when you look at it, you're like, oh, this has got to be from like Pittsburgh or somewhere. But it is out of New York. It is out of I'm so sorry, Fairport, New York. And it started back in 2011, and the founder and chief trailblazer is Tommy Brunette, and he started. It was in his backyard over whiskey and a smoker, and I think we talk about some of these new distilleries that are coming to light, and it all kind of started over friends in the backyard and hanging out and just, hey, let's try this.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think is awesome, because that's kind of how we got started doing the podcast. Just, hanging out on the front porch.
You mean the podcast I didn't want to do?
Yeah, that one that we're still doing like 6-7 years later. But here's another musician. I think we're on a roll with the musicians and the whiskey this year. Between the Blackened and I'm so sorry, we did the Travelers and we did the Neil Giraldo.
Right.
And that was the
three carrots. Yep.
Yep. So I think we're staying in the what do you call it?
Hey, as long as they're doing it, we'll drink it.
Sure.
Hey, but his band, and I'm sorry, I wasn't able to pull off the name of his band, but he's open for the likes of ZZ Top, Ted Nugent, and Marshall Tucker.
Right up my alley, so.
Yeah, and not only is he a musician, but he also created Universal Buzz Radio. It's a nationally syndicated radio program which features live performances. Ooh. And they have featured artists such as Kid Rock, Willie Nelson, nice. Henry Rollins, nice. And the White Stripes.
Holy smoke.
So, yeah, awesome. I did read that he's also kind of like a marketing guy, and he's done some marketing for the White Stripes as well as like Sony and Virgin, which is what's his name, Richard, the other guy. I haven't heard much from him lately, by the way. But music is in his blood.
Yes.
Because he named his kids Cash and Jagger. Johnny Cash and Mick Jagger. I thought that was
I thought
awesome.
it would have been Jägermeister.
Oh my God.
Hey, Jägermeister. Can you imagine calling your kid? How's Jägermeister doing in school today? Oh.
German?
He's a little out of it. I don't know. But so he wanted to combine a couple of American pastimes, whiskey and apple. So there's a lot of applewood, smoked applewood in his whiskeys. So I'm really looking forward to trying how that works.
But just going by like labels, I'm thinking that's going to be like a what was that one? Rail and 8 or Sand and 8.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's going to be like a lot like that one, a Sand and 8. That was just kind of.
Is there a year statement in that or no?
So I think if I read the bottle, I think it's at least 2 years. I think if I read it on the bottle, if you want to grab the bottle, I think
no, that's
it
right.
says
that's
on there. I did not.
No worries.
I did not take that note.
No. It's a full grain straight bourbon with applewood, smoked wheat. Ooh, okay.
It is a 4-grain.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Handcrafted.
It might be on the other side of the bottle.
Yeah, that's all right. But anyway, go ahead. Got my attention now. Go ahead.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, Karen says it's Tommy Burnett and Rosie's Rattlesnake Brands owners.
Yes, I was just going there, Karen.
Okay.
Thank you for leading me to that. Yes. So, he does have other products, which I would love to try to get my hands on. They have a cask strength, which is at 120 proof. They have a rock barrel, which I really want to try. I just, sometimes I buy things based on how that label looks.
A rock barrel?
It's called Rock Barrel.
Oh, okay. I thought. Okay, never mind.
And it's another 4-grain bourbon, and that's another 120 proof. They have a special reserve single barrel where they do some releases in the spring and the fall. That comes in at 90 proof. But yes, they also do Rattlesnake Rosy whiskeys, which I call moonshines, because, that's legal moonshine. But and I think we tried this before, and Karen, I think it was your nephew that introduced us to the maple bacon.
Correct. That was Joey Penny. Joey, sorry. Go ahead.
Yes.
Maple bacon?
Maple bacon whiskey.
Oh,
It's
how
good.
can you go wrong with
It's
that?
very good.
I mean, you can't go wrong with
It's
that
very
in any
good.
way,
It
shape,
is.
or
It's very
form.
good.
Yeah. They also do an apple pie, and they also do a pumpkin pie, which I think we're at the right time of year almost for that, and a chocolate peanut butter pie.
Ooh. I like peanut butter.
I like chocolate.
Jimbo likes peanut butter.
Jimbo. Hey, I almost sent him to Springfield this afternoon. He was bad.
They're all eating cats.
Well, hey, might be low on cats.
Not my boy.
Need some freaking English bulldogs? Okay.
My boy.
So they have a few different ones out there. I think in total I saw about seven different whiskeys and about 4 or 5 different what I call moonshines. But I would like to really get into some of those and see what they're all about. This bottle that we have here is just an 80 proof, so
Okay.
it just makes that whiskey threshold, I guess you could say.
Well, just looking at it from here for an 80 proof, it's awfully dark.
It is awfully dark. I agree.
Kind of,
I'd say- I
sort
would say-
of, more amber, I think.
Yeah, but-
More,
Okay.
but I agree with you because you think 80 proof, you think of like the Irish
Something that's
whiskeys,
really watered down
which
and
is,
lighter
Yeah, a
and-
lot lighter. I agree with you. You're correct there. But Forbes magazine included this in their list of the 10 best bourbons beyond Kentucky.
Oh my,
Yeah.
that says a lot.
And it won a double gold at the Denver International Spirits Competition. And Jim Murray at the Whiskey Bible rated this a 95.5.
Wow.
So,
That scares me already.
why is that?
Because I get all hyped up and then don't get the delivery. But
And how long has this been around, this distillery?
The distillery came about in 2011,
Okay, so they've been
Out in
doing
New
it for
York?
15 years.
Yeah, right.
and they, their water comes from the Finger Lakes up in New York.
Ah,
Right.
okay.
So
And a lot of
fresh-
them have limestone in them.
Right, they do.
Yep.
Right.
So,
So
are we ready to pass?
I think we are ready to pass.
Okay, I'm going to
Dr.
pass it to you,
Shane?
Bob. Okay, thank you. I'm glad to reach you. Okay,
Thanks,
good.
Bob.
Damn, Bob. Everybody knows that.
I nosed in right away. I get apple cider on the nose.
I do get apple cider. I do.
So like, around here, so we live kind of in farm country out here. So we go to a lot of farm markets, and this time of year they start coming out with their apple cider. And that's what I'm picking up, like some fresh apple cider.
Yeah, you get that little bit of what do you say? The apple. Oh shoot. Anyway, I'll come back with it. Go ahead.
Well, they use the apple wood for,
No, right. I was thinking of like when you distill or when you coming to. Go ahead. I just gotta think about it. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm getting more of a
Like a cider.
fresh hay.
Okay.
I get fresh hay out of
I
that.
kind of get like that
Right.
burnt wheat, so to say.
Right.
Okay. So
Yeah.
which I was reading.
The apple cider and
Yeah,
fresh hay.
Apple cider.
It kind of smells like a hayride, if you will. I mean, like where you're sitting in the hay. That's the kind of nose I'm getting
But
out of it.
Roll,
I
the
have-
hay.
I have
Sorry.
like a gallon of
Young Frankenstein.
of apple cider vinegar.
Okay.
So you get that
Yeah.
vinegary. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yes, I totally agree with that. But it's not strong on the
No,
vinegar
it's
part.
not. And I
But-
do on the nose. I just get every once in a while. I've hit it a couple of times. I do get a little bit of that smoke, but
Yes.
it's not like prominent, you know.
Very, very
And
light smoke.
I'm believe it or not, I'm picking up a Chardonnay note. I mean, it's a wine. I'm picking a wine note out of this, like a creamy Chardonnay. I mean, it's
I'm getting high dry oak too. Dry oak.
It is a dry nose. It
Yeah.
really is.
and that's where that Chard's coming from.
Yeah, that's nice.
Wow, that smells really good.
You know, sometimes I have a really hard time picking out the notes on the nose, but this one is just hitting me. Like,
So-
maybe it's the Peroni beer I've been drinking. I don't know.
I think there's a website devoted to Peronis.
Is there?
Yeah.
It,
Yeah.
sorry. Can't take us anywhere.
That's Karen's drink,
What?
not your drink. Karen's drink.
Oh, the other Karen B.
Yeah.
Ah.
What weapons are mine?
BBC.
Isn't that that's an Italian beer, of course?
It is.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
I like Bourbon.
I do too.
But
Okay, so
yeah,
how
I
close
just-
on the notes are we?
Come on, let's go. What do we got?
I don't have a lot, you know, because this is just a small
Yeah.
distillery. But from some of the websites that I looked at, the nose notes, they're only pulling out a couple, which is butterscotch and caramel.
None.
I get none of that.
I hope I get it on the palate.
Oh, butterscotch and caramel?
Yep.
Okay.
I hope so.
I don't, you know, usually butterscotch and caramel to me is like a sweet syrupy smell, and I don't
Right.
get any of that.
No.
on this.
I'm getting more, like I said, I'm getting more of a Chardonnay, hay, apple cider type blend out of that.
Yep,
Okay.
absolutely.
I'll say yes.
Okay.
All right,
I'm
guys,
diving
well,
in.
I'm ready to
We in? We
to
in?
do this. Yeah.
All right.
Whoa.
Apple cider on the palate.
Wow, is that nice?
It's young, but I don't mean that in a bad way.
That's not. You're right.
No,
it's right on the border, in my personal opinion.
It's young. It's young, but it's proofed right.
Yes.
Put it that way. It's proofed down to 80, and it helps the young aging process on it. But man, there's just that hint, there's a hint of smoke in there.
Are you getting any butterscotch or caramel in the?
When I'm going to try it again, I just like to grab my palate, so I'm going to put my cigar to the side, and then we'll go from there.
It's a different flavor.
Almost caramel, almost like caramel corn, like the butter toffee caramel corn coating that you put on Cracker Jack.
Excuse me, I gotta fix my pillow that raises me up a little
where are you
bit.
going?
That's what I'm getting with that is the Cracker Jack coating.
It's definitely.
Who you calling a cracker? What?
The guy said Cracker Jack.
Hope you get your prize.
Sorry. Oh,
Welcome to Cracker Barrel.
It does have that dryness. It does definitely
Yeah.
has that oakiness. It does. It really does. But you know, you get that
Chardonnay.
hint. And we talked about the burnt wheat, if you will.
Yes.
That's that brings it to as well. You know that's probably where the dryness is coming from. It's nice.
It's got really long legs.
The more I'm going into it, the more I'm liking it. It's becoming sweeter. The more I'm sampling it, the sweeter it's getting. I'm getting more of the caramel note. I'm getting more of a buttercream, if you will, not butterscotch, but buttercream.
Buttercream. Okay.
But I'm definitely getting a dryness also because I'm getting that little puckery tingly on the sides. It's nice,
I think that wheat is prominent. I really
very
do.
so.
I really do.
I agree. Like,
I wonder if that's where the smoke comes from. Is from that wheat.
I don't. He talked about being around a smoker when he,
Right.
came up with this. So, the smoke is in there somewhere.
Yeah, there is a hint of smoke in the
It is.
background.
Yeah.
But
But it's not over.
it's a nice
Yeah.
pour.
It's not like a smoked scotch, if you will.
Yeah.
It's balanced.
It's balanced. Yes. Okay, I'll go with that for sure.
Yeah, it's for an 80 proof. It's complex. There's a lot going on with this one.
Very good.
You know what? I agree with that. I agree because usually the 80 proofs are really, I don't want to say one-dimensional.
Watered down.
But they don't have a lot going on.
No, but there's a
and
lot
this,
in this.
I feel it, and I even get a, and it's not. I don't want to say heat in a way that makes you think it's spicy, because it's not spicy at all. But I get a little warmth. Maybe it's more warmth than heat.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like an ethanol heat. It's not a pepper heat.
No.
But there is a warmth to it that's inviting.
Yes. Great description. Yes.
I mean, it drinks much higher than an 80 proof. I think that's probably the best way to say that. It's not
90 proof.
Yeah, I was gonna say not like much into the hundreds, but I mean like a 90 proof. It drinks higher proof than 80.
It's nice. I really do think it's.
The more I'm going into it.
So I just put a drop of water in there.
No, you're good.
I didn't mean to over talk to you. So I put a drop of water in there and put it to my nose, and then you get that smokiness. You do.
Mm-hmm. That is a delightful pour. And do we know a price point on this bottle?
I want to say I saw between $40 and $50.
That's right in the wheelhouse.
And I did not check to see if it is something that you could get here in Ohio or not. But we always drive everyone to the OHLQ website to see if this is something you can get.
That little drop of water in there, not even a capful. Man, it's even better.
Can I try yours?
Yes.
With the water.
Sure.
I want to catch if I get that smoke
Sure.
that you were talking about.
It's really nice. It's kind of got a long finish. It's not. I won't say it's a full long finish, but it's like it's touches.
Not available in Ohio.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not available online.
So I get more of a cork. With
Oh,
the water,
yeah.
with the water in it.
Yeah.
I get the water put more cork on the nose and on the palate to me. It
It pairs well with the cigar.
It does. I just did the pair.
It really does.
That's a nice bottle. I mean, I like it. That's very nice. So how do we do on the tastings?
Okay, let me scroll.
Scroll.
On the palate, the notes that I picked up off the website said charcoal, spicy vanilla, toasted marshmallow.
Not really. I don't get it.
I don't know. I mean, that could be like the smoky sweet, and somebody may consider that to be like a toasted marshmallow.
Sure. Maybe.
But I think it's a stretch. I think it is. The finish, dry and complex, which I think
I agree with that.
100%.
Yep.
notes of red fruit. I think that's the red apple. That's right? The apple?
Yeah. It's not a cherry. It's the apple is a secondary note to the buttercream and the Chardonnay for me.
You know, where they the ruby red apple or whatever. Especially
Fuji.
now. Yeah, Fuji. Yeah.
And of course, a hint of sweet applewood smoke, which I think
That's
you
what I
said
think
you
we all
got the
picked that.
smoke.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's a nice drink.
It is.
Definitely, it's a nice
I'm
drink.
pleasantly surprised. I was worried about it when I first opened the bottle.
Yeah. If you would have seen the face Greg make when he opened the bottle, and he's
Like,
going,
oh, this is.
"Oh God."
What did I miss? What
I
did you
thought
do?
he was smelling burnt transmission fluid.
Really?
It was that.
Yeah.
Oh
I
God.
mean, when I pulled the cork out, I just got that 2-year aged, new, almost like, oh no. But it pleasantly surprised me.
Yeah, and I agree. It is a newer taste.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that newer taste is not so good.
Right.
But you can tell they know what they're doing,
Sure.
distilling
Right.
this. But it is definitely a newer taste. I could see how you pulled that off, just opening the bottle.
Right. You get that.
Now,
Bourbon.
are they distilling or are they buying? Do we know?
I do not
Okay.
know, actually. Let me see
because
if I can
I'm
find
not
out.
getting any kind of because MGP stuff has a certain distinction. Dickel has a certain distinction. I'm not getting any of those out of there, so it's very possible it's their own distilled.
Finest source ingredients, family-owned farms, Finger Lakes region, blah, 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 blah. Grains are milled on site.
Okay, grains are milled on site, so it's theirs.
The grains keep the integrity.
It's nice.
If the grains are milled, they're distilling.
They have a 4-plate column still
There
where
you
the
go.
alcohol is distilled.
There
So
you
I
go.
guess they do it right there.
Beautiful. That makes that product even better.
What size is the bottle?
750.
Up north is asking.
That's a typical 750 Neptune bottle.
It's almost like a Balvenie Scotch bottle.
Yeah, that's a very common bottle that used in the whiskey
Yeah,
industry.
that's true. Yeah.
Yep.
We're gonna score this.
Yeah, I think we can.
Yeah, I
I'm
think.
going first.
You go first.
Ooh. Alrighty, right.
Just because of what it is and being done in maybe the backyard, so to say. I'm gonna give it its respect. I'm gonna say it's a 3.8.
3.8. Okay.
That is very respectable. I would.
That's a good score. Let's just go around, and the Hanukkah wrapping paper can go last.
Dreidel.
Marcy, you're gonna miss the rating.
I think this is a solid drink. It's nice. It really is nice, and I'm gonna give this a respectable 3.5.
Okay.
Price point included. Availability might hurt it because I don't know where we can get it.
Sure.
Great bottle, great price. I'm going with Karen on that one. That is a solid 3.5. A solid 3.5 because 80 proof, great gift bottle. It's going to hit everybody from your, Jack Daniels, Maker's Mark, entry level, to somebody that's on to the second level. That's going to be right in the middle of everybody. A nice little blend bottle. I like it a lot. It's a 3.5.
Yeah, and I would say if you see it on the shelf, I would pick it up.
I would not
try
pass.
it.
Yeah, I wouldn't pass on it. I agree.
Yeah, I would like to try some of their higher proof bottles that they have. Like I
100%.
had mentioned, their cask strength and their rock barrel.
Yeah.
I would like to try that. We did have their Rattlesnake Rosy Maple Bacon, which is awesome.
I will tell you, it tastes like more because I got air in my glass again. I don't know how this
You got
happens.
air in your glass.
My glass evaporates, man.
While you have that open, let's not forget the pour
Okay.
into our Whiskey Roundtable Infinity bottle.
Okay, this is infinity bottle worthy.
Yep.
Oh gosh, yeah. It's
Okay, good,
absolutely.
good. I can do that.
And you know what? I think
I like this. Towards the end of the year, we're remembering to do this all the time.
if it is a representation, which it's supposed to be,
Yes.
a representation of everything we've tried throughout the year, as long as it's bourbon whiskey related, we don't want to throw a scotch in there to
Yeah,
kind
we gotta
of alter that.
Oh, and there's I don't know if you can see it, but I mean, if you go on the website or zoom in on it, there's a really cool skeleton on the bottle.
I love that.
So that's actually really a cool little
That
logo.
alone would make me buy this.
I mean, Halloween's coming up. That would be a nice bottle to have out for your parties
He's
and
got,
stuff.
he's got a signature on the bottle.
He does.
All right, going in.
Go quick. There
But
you
yeah, I think any bourbon or any whiskey we put in the bottle regardless of our rating because it is what it is and we made the choice. This is what we're doing. So shake, shake, shake. Shake your bottle.
go. You want a bagel?
No!
Give me some lots.
Ugh.
Oy
Here.
vey.
I like lots.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
I was the only
Oh,
Gentile.
I was going to say, you went to a wonderful event
I
this
did.
week.
We did.
Do you
last-
want to
last
mention
Sunday.
that?
I just said, I'll just give it a quick. I'm not going to stay, but anyway, long story short. Coach I, 60 years of coaching wrestling. I was a part of all of that growing up.
Oh, that was this week.
That was last
Oh,
Sunday.
nice.
And the place was packed. We had brunch. A lot of people going up there to tell their stories and all that stuff. It was a 4-hour. I was there for 4 hours, and they also I remember when I was wrestling in Beechwood, and they didn't have a wrestling room, So we were behind, where the basketball court is inside, obviously. And we used to teach wrestling and be wrestlers behind the, we call it, the stair, not the stairs, the chairs.
The bleachers?
The bleachers, and they pull them together and all that stuff. So they did an addition a couple years, somewhat a year ago, and they built a wrestling room. And long story short, they have the wall there, and Coach I is a Hall of Famer coach of 60 years.
Nice.
Awesome. I've heard nothing but great
Yeah.
stories about your time there.
It's funny. I mean, I wrestled and grew up at Kensington schools, and then I left in my senior year, and I think the kids are here.
Someone's here.
So anyway, it was to this day, and I was a part of all of this, and the wall and everything with the new wrestling section, if you will. I think, if I remember correctly, if I'm wrong, if somebody's watching, count me out, let me know. But I think we had, to date, I think we had 16 state wrestlers that won. Okay, so anyway, long story short, Coach I is a great guy, and I was glad to be a part of it. I was glad to me only being there for that 1 year. They were like I was there my whole career. Yeah, you understand. So anyway, it was.
It's
just
a fraternity.
It
of
is
sorts.
a fraternity.
Yeah.
Great guys, great people. A lot of the guys that were on our team were there. The wall is unbelievable, and it was just such a great time, and I'm proud. And it's funny because even though I only wrestled there 1 year, when we talk about wrestling, I always go right to Beechwood High School wrestlers.
That's awesome.
Nice.
And I don't think about where I was. We had really bad coaches. I don't even want to get into that thing, but anyway, long story short, it was a game changer for me. That's why my parents took me there, and that's where I finished my career before I went to college at Cleveland State University. So
that was a great shout out.
It was
so good for you to hang out with those guys again.
I needed it. And
that's awesome.
It was nice. A lot of the guys, like I said, we were all hanging out. We had a lot of fun, and then they have a wall. You have to sign the wall. If you're a wrestler, you sign the wall. So,
nice.
So I was getting ready to leave, and Scott Peters' brother, Ryan Peters, I would start walking, gave him a hug and a kiss and said, "Hey man, appreciate you, God bless you, And I start walking away, and he said, "Hey, Battaglia." I said, "Yeah." He goes,
"That's me.
Sign that effing wall." And so I went over there. He gave me the marker. I went in there and signed my name, 1983.
You got 3 detentions for writing on the wall.
But it's great. So,
Only 3.
They're a hell of a wrestling team. There's, a lot of state champions, craziness.
Nice.
But it was a really, really a good time. It took me back, and it really has made me what I am today. I had great coaches. Ronnie Maydell, unfortunately, he couldn't make it, obviously, because he passed away, and he was a hell of a wrestler, state champion as well. Ronnie, he was here for one of our 4th of July parties years ago, and it wasn't maybe a month or 2 later he passed away. But they mentioned him a bunch of times.
Awesome.
Well, that's good.
It was good. And you know what? When I reached out, or when Scott Peters reached out to me, it was like we were there today. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know that you have the people that you have. But anyway, enough of that.
No, that's awesome, and I'm glad.
Congratulations, Coach.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Yeah, way to
60
go,
years,
Coach I.
Hall of Famer, wrestling in the state of Ohio. He's the first one.
Awesome.
Heard a lot of great things about him, and I know we met, but
Yeah, and the funny thing is, I wrestled for Coach, at Beechwood, and I insure him to this day.
Nice.
He ensures that he doesn't. No.
No, that's good. All right, let's
So
move,
I
let's
just
move.
want to say, Karen said that Tommy Burnett was with Modern English
Oh, wow.
back in the 80s, and I don't know if that's correct or not, but I am
She
taking.
would know. She would know.
I am taking her word for it, and
Okay,
that was
you don't
one of
have
my
to take her
favorite
word.
songs.
It's
I'll
true.
Stop the World and Melt with You.
Nice.
It's an awesome song. Valley Girl was the movie back in the 80s with
Valley
Nicolas
Girl,
Cage.
Valley Girl.
No, that's
Hey,
Zappa.
since Greg did the shout out, can we do a shout out to our sponsors?
Sure.
Because
Yes.
we haven't done that for we haven't
You
been
know
on
what?
for a
We
while.
haven't. So let me throw those on the
Because I
screen
will
for
tell you
everyone.
that I went to Lisa before the wedding and at the Experience Barber and Shave. Man, she hooked me up. I felt like $1,000,000. I almost looked better than the groom.
Oh,
But
no, you didn't.
oh yes, I did. No, I didn't. I couldn't have. But I wanted to thank Lisa for that, and I know we mentioned a couple people that aren't really official sponsors today, but Royal Havana is always
Sure.
great sponsors, and
great people.
we still have to reach out to Rayon,
Yep.
guys. The
Ray,
best,
we miss you.
some of the best cognac you would ever drink. If you like the bourbons, try that cognac. It was a great stuff. Some great stuff. And go back, try that. Go back, watch the show, and try it with the show.
That's a great show. What?
So let me ask, Westall's, when is the next outing there?
It was this. They had one this week,
Right.
so it will be not that next Tuesday, the following Tuesday.
So it's every
Every
other week.
Second and fourth Tuesday.
and what they do is they do something special, which is
It's 2 pours of a highlighted, a featured bourbon, and a Royal Havana cigar for $25, and all the camaraderie you can have on the patio.
get to hang out with these two dorks.
Yeah,
So-
it's
that's what he's saying.
and some really special dorks. Oh, speaking of dorks that hang out, that's a great segue. Speaking of dorks that hang out on that patio, Joey O, happy birthday tomorrow to you. He comes out on that
Happy
patio
birthday.
quite a bit. Real
Yeah.
good friend of mine, Joey O, is out there,
Joe's a
and
good guy.
so his birthday is tomorrow. Future grandpa. So
Congratulations.
I think Fred and
Barney?
no, Fred from Lake Erie Distillery.
Lake Erie Distillery. So he ends up hooking up with Dave.
Good.
So they're going to move forward.
Awesome.
So yeah,
We want to get him on the show too. So.
yeah. So Fred is going to start doing. I
And
know
these
they do.
products are great. They really are.
Yeah, I think they did. They're doing the
That
what is it,
6-year
cigars
was
and
the bomb.
shields.
Yeah, Cigar and Shields.
Cigar and Shields goes all over the place. They go to
Right.
Royal Havana, but
Right.
they're going to start doing some events over at Lake Erie Distillery, and Fred wants to have some cigars over there, so Royal Havana will have some cigars there for them.
Know most of those guys.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just want to say, because we're talking about Royal Havana, so we will be away
Yep.
next week.
Yep.
But I think our plan is to have Dave from Royal Havana
On the
here
27th.
on
Right.
the 27th. And we got to talk about exactly what we're going to do. That it might be a little bit different.
I think
from
that's going to be a
what we
wild
do.
card show.
Well,
It'll
we're-
be- yeah.
So we're going to do what we always do. So we're going to have he's going to
Wing
be,
it?
He's going to be. Let's go here. So let me bring you guys back. So anyway, Dave will be sitting over there, and we're going to give him carte blanche, and he can tell his story.
Yep.
And we're going to have to pick some bottles, and we're going to sit here and we're going to listen to what he says. As always, we're not really doing a whiskey show. We're doing this is why I like to bring people in to sit down and ask them, so how did you learn this? How did you get into this? And we're just going to sit and, Bob's going to ask some questions, and, Dave's going to tell a story. So
Dave's a good guy. He likes a lot of tequila.
Sure.
And
He likes his rum.
yeah, when you go to Royal Havana, and if you are so blessed to have Dave there, you are going to literally walk out with your sides hurting sometimes because he can tell a story and make
yeah.
your sides hurt.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
So we got a couple-
We don't know what to expect, is what we're saying
Right.
in a couple of weeks when we come back. But
also the time is ticking out on our T-shirts on the.
yes. If you would like to buy some merch, please go to our Facebook page. It is a pinned post. It's the only place that you can get to it. We are selling short-sleeved, long-sleeved black t-shirts with our logo on them, as well as just a normal
Hoodie.
sweatshirt, not a hoodie, but a sweatshirt. So you have until the 30th
Right.
of September to go out there and buy some. I haven't checked the latest totals.
All right,
Right.
figure it out.
But thank you to everyone that has gone out there to purchase some of our products. We really, really appreciate that. That's awesome.
Right, and to date this year, we've done a lot of great things. And the last 3 months of this year, we may have some announcements to make. We got some good things cooking for the last 3 months of this year, as well as the beginning of next year. So,
Absolutely.
folks, thank you for your support, and keep the views going, and share and like, please.
Yes, we love doing this, and we do it because we have fun talking with everybody
We do,
out there.
we do.
So, I mean, we like drinking whiskey too. We won't lie, but you know.
All right, kids.
I think it's about ready to wrap up. You think?
All right.
I got nothing else.
Nope.
Okay, we all good?
I got nothing else.
Thank you very much for watching the show tonight. We had a great time as always, and have a blessed weekend. Be safe. Until then, I am your host, Big G.
Karen Little B.
Bourbon Bob.
All
Cheers.
right. Cheers, kids. Catch you later.
Peace and love.
See you later. Have a good weekend.
Love yous. Bye-bye.
Felt good to be back in this chair again.
Yeah, that was a good time. That was a